Hello friends, it's your wine guy here, Daniel from Wines by Jennifer. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about sight, or the appearance of wine. I think it's seriously undervalued and underrated in drinking wine. So let's get right into it. With whites and rosés, just looking at the color can tell you several things about the wine. Now wine in general, you typically want the wine to be clear, crisp, not cloudy, not murky. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that there's a fault in the wine. They can not filter and not fine it, which will give it a little bit more of like a thick consistency, like cloudy. I know it sounds gross, but a lot of winemakers, especially old world winemakers, think that it adds character and adds flavor to the wine. So it's not necessarily a fault, but most of the time people expect a clean, clear, and crisp wine, whether it be white or red. They don't like to see anything in there. So, always look for that and it'll give you a decent idea. Also, we'll talk about it at the end, but it could be sediment. So when you just open the bottle and you pour it in the glass, take a moment to notice the color. I like to hold it at an angle under good lighting. And if you have like a white background or a white piece of paper, go a step further. But just notice the color of the wine. Now typically, younger, drier white wines will be a yellow, pale color, and sometimes have a greenish tint around the outside of the wine, which is just the outer rim that touches the glass. So the majority of the wine will be a pale yellow, but the outer rim that touches the glass will typically have some green highlights. Now with sweet white wines and aged whites, it's more of a golden color. And as they go on to age even more, they can be amber or brown. That just means it spent less time in contact with the skins and typically will be a lighter wine in body. Provence in France is notorious for producing light, finessed rosés. Depending on the grape variety, it can be very, very light and almost translucent like a Pinot Noir, to so deep, dark, and purple and heavy you're in for a bold, tannic wine like Petit Syrah. Now as red wines age, they begin to take on a different color as well, and it's typically mahogany and then onto like a brick orange-red hue. And I'll show you a picture here. Now in this glass here, I have a 2002 red from Napa, and then I have a 2011 red from Napa. Now typically they would be very similar in color, however with the age, the 2002 is just a tad bit lighter. Now I know it's probably hard to see from over there, so I'm going to come and show you real up close to the camera. And you may see some sediment in here like I was talking about from the aged wine. And sediment is just tannins that have polymerized over the years in the bottle, kind of like rain clouds. They start to stick together, and then over time they just get too heavy and they drop out of the liquid. And that's what the sediment is. It's just basically dead tannins. Petit Syrah and Cabernet Sauvignon are two of the heaviest, boldest, and longest lived reds that are planted today. The next time you're sitting down to enjoy a glass of wine, take a look at the color first. It may tell you something. Thanks for watching guys. Subscribe if you're new. Have a great day.